How's it going, everybody? David Hedge here, House Hedge Gaming, and this is the last video of 2024, and what a better way to end the year than by doing a recap of everything that's happened here on the channel and give you some New Year's resolutions of what I like to do in 2025. So for one last time this year, without any further ado, let's get started. All right, first off, let's go over what happened this year on the channel. So a total of 58 videos were posted here on the channel, and I had the opportunity to work with 9 different gaming companies this year. And a lot of that is thanks to you. Because of your support of the channel, I was able to either reach out to companies and get to talk to them about getting some promotional materials for upcoming games, or they reached out to me. Never thought that would happen, but it did. And it was amazing to work with these companies. So the people I worked with uh, were Rising Empire Studios for the Alpha Clash TCG. Buddy Pal Games, I was able to do a preview for Catch 33. Also, Bonsai 5 and Amazing Jungle Run. I was able to take a look at some other TCGs, which include Universal Legends and the Soul Masters TCG. Uh, from Incredible Dream Studios, I was able to preview Ken Firedelve and Gentle Rain. The creators of Doomlings sent me Doomlings. From Low End Games, I was able to do an unboxing for Deliverance, and there will be a playthrough for it in 2025. I'm going to make sure I have room on my schedule to do that because I would love to play through that entire game scenario set for you, because it looks like it's going to be an amazing journey, and hopefully you'll be able to join us for it. From Gate to the Games, Never Rift, I was able to do something with them. I found them through Facebook. I reached out to them, and they went, "How'd you find us? How'd you find out about us?" And I told them how I found them, and they sent me some promo cards, and I was able to use those to do a video, and they had a successful Kickstarter, and I can't wait to get the full game to show you here on the channel, hopefully next year. Finally, from Wiggles 3D, One Hit Hero. That game, as soon as that comes out, I'm putting it on the channel because that was such an amazing game. It's easy to learn, and it was so fun to play. And I can't wait to show you all how bad I can roll on dice in future episodes. Uh, but thanks to those 9 companies, and there's a 10th one I'll be able to add, but I wasn't able to get the video done in time, and that was for the Flawed TCG. That one is coming out beginning of 2025, and that one's a creative card game where it's like an overlay system that they have to where you can alter the cards in many different ways. Think of it as Mystic Veil from AEG. Um, it's going to be great to show you that game in the coming months, at the beginning of 2025. But again, because of all of you, I was able to work with these studios and these gaming companies, and hopefully I can do more with many others in 2025. And hopefully you'll be there for us when we get to show off all those cool games, whether it be brand new or classic titles or current titles. No matter what, it's going to be great to work with different companies and share them all with you. So this year we were able to do some conventions. First off, at home, Big Lick Comic Con, had a blast with that, and I'll be able to do a coverage of the one in February coming up, and hopefully I'll be able to meet Bulk and Skull and be able to talk to them a little bit, because it'd be a whole lot of fun to meet the kids show equivalent to Abbott and Costello, which was a comedy duo many years ago. That's still one of my favorites to watch this very day. Um, but as far as going on the road, not just down the road, uh, we were able to go to Gen Con this year and got to experience it. Had Cindy with me again for the first time in a while. We got to introduce Hani and Jen to the gaming, the gaming mecca, if you will, for Gen Con, and they had a blast, and they can't wait to go back in 2025. And then I was able to hit the road for a haunted excursion for Woods of Terror. Didn't get to cover as much as I would want to, but 2025, trust me, there'll be a lot of scares coming up in October. I'm going to do my best to make sure that happens. Next up here on the channel, we started doing playthroughs. So during Gen Con, I was able to bring in Joey Harris, a longtime friend of mine, and he was able to do some coverage with me for Gen Con. And then we were able to do some 1v1 playthroughs here on the channel. We did it for Bonsai 5, Soul Masters TCG, and Universal Legends. And next year, we're going to continue that on. But I'm glad I was able to do those playthroughs this year. That was one goal for me for 2024, was to get some playthroughs on the channel that weren't just solo playthroughs. So I'm glad I was able to get somebody on the channel, not just anybody, but a good friend of mine, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to get him on the channel, but also several others as the next year happens, and you'll get to see how badly I can get beat, especially if it's a die rolling game. I got lucky in Bones I-5, but if my wife gets involved, I'm not going to be that lucky. Finally, here on the channel, I was able to dabble a little bit in the wrestling. So I did a review for AEW Revolution. The main reason why I did that one is because I went to that show. I was able to see Sting's last match. I know I just like audibled a little bit. I think my mind just reset. I was like, I did it. I rewound a little bit on that. But I was able to see Sting's last match at the Greensboro Coliseum, and that's a memory I'll always have because it was so much fun. And I wanted to do a review of that. I did a review for WrestleMania both nights, and hopefully next year I can do a little bit more with that. But I was glad I was able to start talking a little bit more on wrestling here on the channel. I'm not able to get up to Boogie's Wrestling Camp hardly anymore because of schedules and everything, but being able to talk about it here on the channel and being able to talk wrestling with everybody in the comments of the videos was definitely a whole lot of fun. And hopefully I can do that again next year and maybe hit the big five, try and do recaps and reviews, predictions for the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. And hopefully you'll be able to join me, and we'll talk about all the happenings that are going on in the world of professional wrestling, more specifically in the WWE. All right, so that's everything that's happened on the channel. Now to give you a few New Year's resolutions, which looking back at it, I think I gave a few already, but I'm just going to recap them here. First, do a bit more on the road. Next year is Origin's 50th anniversary. I'm going to do my best to get up there to review that convention, but I'll definitely be doing Gen Con. I'll be doing Big Lit Comic Con. And if there's anything else I can get into, I'll definitely have it on here. But Origins, try to get to that one, is going to be the big thing. Next up, during the Halloween season, I'm going to try and do a bit more of the spooky content. Get a bit more of the gameplay for like games like Horrified and Betrayal at House on the Hill. Try and do those in October, but also go to some haunts. And there's a whole bunch that happen here in Virginia and North Carolina, and I would love to be able to go to those and share those with you as much as I can, because a lot of them you can't do filming in the haunts, which is perfectly fine. But a lot of them have a monster midway that you can be able to interact with characters, and hopefully I can share that with all of you next year and be able to see all that happen before we go into the haunts and traverse all the different sights and sounds and areas within those that nobody else can really see unless you go to some of the bigger, more dedicated YouTube channels for those. Which, by the way, Carpetbagger is one that I watch when it comes to those videos because he's a wrestling personality. He's done like some wrestling stuff on his channel, but he does a lot of stuff on the road, and he gets to go to the theme parks and everything. And it's cool to watch his perspective of those videos, especially around the haunting season. He just gets the crap scared out of him, so it's great to see that. But I'm going to try and do some of that next year, and hopefully when those spooky adventures happen, you'll join us for that. Next, like I said, I want to try and hit the big five for doing like predictions and recaps for WWE pay-per-views. I don't get to follow AEW all that much. WWE is the main thing that I usually get a chance to watch more than anything else. And so I'm going to try and do the recap of those big five. Once again, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. Those are the ones I want to try and cover. And if I can, it's going to be fun because I love talking about wrestling, and I can't wait to see how bad I do in predictions. Also, on the channel, I want to try and do more playthroughs. Try to get at least 2 multiplayer playthroughs. One for Commander, if I can, or a trading card game in general. The other one for board games. If I can do that, I'm going to mark that off as a win, and that'll be a New Year's resolution I can tick off my list. Well, there you have it. That is the recap of the channel. That is the New Year's resolutions. And there's one last thing to say, and that is thank you. Now, full disclosure, I'm going to try to get through this part because I've tried to record this several times. I keep flubbing up my words. So I'm going to do my best, and if I flub up this time, I flub up. So 2024 has been a year of getting used to a new normal. And it was a year that I was able to do so many things with this channel that I never thought I was able to do. And a lot of it I was able to do and I was able to accomplish because of all of you. I am very fortunate to have a community of people who watches this channel, who interacts with the channel and the videos and everything, and shows their support. And I will never take that for granted. And it's because of you I've been able to do some amazing things this year. And I can't wait to see what 2025 has in store. I'm very fortunate to have met some of you at Gen Con this year, and I hopefully can see more of you next year, whether it be at Gen Con, whether it be at Origins, or in any other travels that I go on. I'm very thankful for each and every person I get to meet and interact with. I will cherish those moments, and I will never be thankful enough. It's because of all of you that I'm able to do this and continue to share my love of gaming and wrestling and pop culture and all, and just be me. And you take time out of your day to watch a video I post, and there's so many other people you can watch, there's so many other things you can do, but you take time to just hear me talk about a board game, or review, like talk about wrestling, or talk about stuff when it comes to like horror movies and all, because I've started getting into that a lot more. And it means a lot to me. And I can't thank y'all enough for that. And I can't wait to see what 2025 has in store for us. So uh this is it. This is the end of the year. So to all of you, I wish you all a happy new year. May it be a good one, and may it be a dang sight better than the old one. And hopefully in 2025, we'll have some adventures together. We'll play some board games, check out some new trading card games, talk a little bit more about random pop culture things, all that, and continue on this journey together. But thank you all so much for watching. And until next year, my friends, stay safe and take care.